Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of our Arsenal career mode. And this is probably going to be the final episode. It has been quite a while since the last one, like 3 and a bit weeks, I think. So yeah, I've simmed through pretty much to the end of the season. So if we look at the league table, this is what has happened. We have managed to finish 4th in the end. It needed quite a few results from City to go into our favour. They ended up losing 10 times in total. So that's how we ended up 4th with 77 points. And Newcastle just about managed to win the league with 89 points, with Liverpool getting 88. So even tighter than our season was. If we look back, we got 89. In fact, exactly the same won, drawn and lost ratio as Newcastle did, 28-5-5 with the 89 points. And then obviously, in our season, City managed to get 87 points. But yeah, this time Liverpool only 1 point away. But Newcastle did manage to win their first ever Premier League. Ourselves, once again, we were very, very prolific in goal scoring. We were second, well, joint basically in terms of goals scored with Liverpool with 84. And then City and United in 3rd and 4th place with 75. In terms of actual top goal scorer in the league, Jesus came very, very close once again to Haaland, but not quite. With Haaland getting 33 goals and Jesus getting 29. And then we had 2 of our players with Saka and Martinelli in the average rating, 2nd and 3rd, with, as you can expect, Haaland being 1st with an average of 7.6. But we have 2 of the biggest games coming up in this episode, because we have Chelsea in the FA Cup final, and then Milan in the Champions League final. We've managed to make 2 finals, and in this episode, we could either win 2 big competitions or lose both, and then it would be a very upsetting end to the season. Like I say, I've played a lot of games, so last time out, I think you saw us lose to Real Madrid 1-0, and then lose to City 1-0. So yeah, it wasn't the greatest episode last time. But since then, we've had quite a few games, and we've won or drawn the majority of them. We've actually only lost 2 games since then. And one of them was Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final, 2-1. I wasn't too displeased with that, to be honest. And that was actually the last time we played a 4-3-3. Because as you can see, I had been experimenting with that formation for quite a while. But then at this point against Leeds, I switched out to a vertical tiki-taka, 4-2-3-1. And yeah, it's actually worked pretty well. So we beat Real Madrid 3-1. In the second leg, so that's how we got through to the quarter-final, where we then beat Nice 5-0 and then 1-1. And then in the semi-final, we lost 1-0 to PSG, and then we won 2-1, which sent it to penalties, which I think we won 6-5, so we just managed to get through to the final. And the reason that Milan is in the final is insane. It's because they beat Man City, what is it? 7-2 on aggregate, because in their first game where they were home, they beat City 6-0. 6-0. When I saw that, I was like, that is mad. This will be the final proper episode of this series. After this, I will resign and then sim forward 5 years and see what ends up happening to the Arsenal team that we've built. And then after that, we shall be starting our next long-term save, which will be some sort of journeyman, where I'll be starting in the very bottom leagues of England, I think, sort of in the National League South, probably. So we'll be choosing a team from there, and then just working our way up from there. Ødegaard is out until the 31st of May, which means that he is going to miss both of our finals, I think. Actually, Milan is on the 1st of June, so he might just be able to make it then. But yeah, Ødegaard is definitely going to be out in our game against Chelsea, which is going to be tricky. We're going to be sticking with the normal 4-2-3-1 vertical tiki-taka that I mentioned earlier. This is what the assistant recommends as our lineup. Let's see if there's anything we want to change. Martinelli instead of Jesus. That's odd. I'm not sure why. I think I'm going to put him there. That is a very strange decision. And then I think Martinelli instead can replace Smith Rowe. So then we've got Jesus, Martinelli, Saka. Diaz, where I would obviously want Ødegaard normally, but he's not available, so it's going to have to be Diaz. And then we got the normal midfield of Timber and Sywald, and then Tierney, Gabriel, Scalvini, Tomiyasu, and then Ramsdale in goal. First highlight of the game, 2 minutes in, and it is Diaz on a free kick. He whips it in, tries to get it in the top left corner of the Chelsea goal, but he's unable to do so. 30 minutes in, we have another highlight. It was Chelsea on the ball, but we have managed to regain possession. It's on to Timber. He does a really long ball over to Martinelli. Is he going to be able to get in the net? He does. He gets it past the keeper, and we are 1-0 up in the FA Cup final, only 13 minutes into the game. Jesus looks like he's picked up a small injury. Not Jesus, I saw Gabriel. Gabriel, our defender, looks like he's picked up a small injury. I'm not sure what exactly, but it looks like he's going to be fine. Another highlight, this time for Chelsea. Mount whips it into the box. We managed to defend it, but Chalobah has the ball. Nice tackle there from Martinelli, but it's not able to get it away, and I think we're fine. We are fine. Tierney is on the ball. Is he able to get it to anyone? Does a little chip over to Jesus. Can we get it through the middle onto whoever that is? Diaz? No, we get it to Martinelli, who, yeah, that was a fantastic goal, and that is 2-0. This is setting ourselves up very, very well for the rest of this game. But not going to get our hopes up, because I watched the Argentina-France final, and Argentina were 2-0 up, and then France managed to get back. I mean, they won on penalties in the end anyway, so didn't really matter. But yeah, not going to get hopes up too much. 32 minutes in, we have another highlight, and it is Jesus on a free kick. Is he going to just try and get it in the goal from here? It looks like he does, almost does, and forces Mendy to have to make a save there, and that is a corner. First corner of the game for us. It's going to be Martinelli on it. Who's he going to be trying to aim for? No one, by the seams of it. We managed to get it back, though. Saka is already on a yellow somehow. Martinelli onto Timber, onto Sywald. And we're having to put it back towards our defence there, and that's the end of that highlight. But immediately, another one starts. A lot of highlights in this game. Sywald onto Tierney. Is he going to go for a shot himself? He does, but it gets blocked. So Saka's on the ball now. Onto Diaz. Gets blocked by the Chelsea defender. And unfortunately, we weren't able to make any of it. Almost about 10 seconds later, we have a corner. But nothing of that. Saka onto Martinelli. Can he get it into middle to anyone? Onto Sywald. He goes for the shot and he gets it in, and it's 3-0. 36 minutes in. What is going on? Why couldn't our team play this well in the league? We would be much higher than 4th if we were able to play this well in the league. Who are they playing? So they are playing Lukaku. So he was well enough, I suppose. Mendy in goal. Sterling, Havertz, Mount, Kovacic, Koulibaly, Fofana. It's not the worst team, so I don't know why they're playing so badly. That's a bit weird. 44 minutes in, we have a highlight. There is going to be 3 minutes of added time, so they have a little bit of time here to do something with it. Passing it around the defence a little bit. Gabriel. I keep saying Jesus because I see Gabriel. He gives it away, actually, and Mount, lovely long ball over to Sterling, and I think that's going to be 3-1. Although they are going to be checking it for offside. Initially, I didn't see it as offside, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Goal disallowed. There we go. It was offside. I thought it was a nice long ball, but it must have been offside. Yeah, there's Mount, and then passing it to Sterling, wasn't it? So he was, okay, yeah, marginally offside, just about. Our defence doing the offside trap very well there. And that is half-time, 3-0. I'm very happy with that. We've had 10 shots, 6 on target. They've had 3 and 1 on target. So we've definitely held them off. We haven't had the best of possession, actually. 46%, 54%. But half-time, 3-0. I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm feeling very confident we might be coming home with the FA Cup trophy. So, to begin the second half, Chelsea have made an early change, and they've swapped out... Where was it? Yeah, they've swapped out Lukaku for Hudson-Odoi and moved Havertz up the front. So, interesting choice. I suppose he was riding a 6.5 rating, so makes sense. I mean, they should take off Koulibaly's on a 5.9. Our team have been playing pretty well. Martinelli, 9.1 rating. Jesus, 7.5. Everyone's playing pretty well here. Anyway, 59 minutes in, we do have a highlight. Tierney, all the way into the box, onto Saka, who gets his head onto it. And that's 4-0. I think we're fine here. We are going to be fine. If they come back from this, they have a highlight where it's actually Chelsea on the ball. We haven't seen much of that. Kovacic onto Mansverk, but Timber manages to tackle him. And then through to Diaz. Can he get a goal? He does. And it's 5. 5-0. You'd have thought in an FA Cup final, Chelsea would be putting up a bit of a better fight than this, wouldn't you? But I think Jesus would dearly love to get himself a goal here. Actually, we can make another sub. Okay. Was not expecting that. That was contender for goal of the season, maybe, from Zinchenko. Jesus, a left foot straight into the goal there over the defenders. And that is 6-0, a goal from Zinchenko. Wow. Okay, that is as comprehensive an FA Cup final win as you're ever going to get, I think. I was going to be going into these two matches not really having very high hopes given our performance in the league. But yeah, at least we're going to win at least one trophy, which obviously, like I say, is the FA Cup. Last season we won the Europa League, I think, didn't we? I think we got knocked out quite early in the FA Cup last season, but we did win the Europa League. Congratulations, what a win. There we go. Cup glory. So, here we go. The big game at the Champions League final against Milan. This may be a mistake, but I'm going to start exactly the same team that we started against Chelsea because they played so well, and I think they all deserve to start again. Here we go then. Immediately a highlight for Milan, which is a corner. We managed to clear it away, but not well enough, and that was almost a fantastic goal. But thankfully, it went out for a goal kick in the end. Milan are playing a 4-2-3-1. Don't know what sort of tactical style, but they are playing a 4-2-3-1. 20 minutes in and nothing's really happened. 90,000 are in attendance for this match. 90,000. Insane. We have a highlight for ourselves now. Into the box. Not able to do anything with it. Seiwald is outstrengthed there by the Milan player. He's making a pretty decent run for himself. Our players seemingly don't want to tackle him for some reason. And he whips it in to Giroud. And he gets a goal in for Milan. Oh, no. Giroud. Used to be our player. And he's just put Milan 1-0 up here. That is not good for us. Anyway, Tomiyasu gets it over to Saka. Is he able to do anything with it here? Through over there onto Martinelli, and that's 1-1. We have drawn level. 38 minutes in, and we are back level. They have a highlight 47 minutes in, and it is a corner, and it hits the bar, but doesn't actually go behind. But Tierney is able to get it, but they call half-time. Anyway, so there we go. Half-time. Not a huge amount has happened. We've had 2 shots on target each. Pretty much the same XG. We've had the better possession. And it's drawn 1-1 at the moment. So far, not a huge amount separating the two teams. We're going to need a bit more performance here if we want to win this. Timber, onto Gabriel. Onto Seiwald. Jesus. Through to the left onto Tierney. Can he whip it into the box to anyone? He tries to, but they do manage to defend it. But Martinelli gets the second, and that's 2-1. We are up. We are ahead in this game. Martinelli. What a player. What a player. This season, he has seriously come into some form. I mean, he played well last season, but not this well. But that was a terrible defending effort, but we managed to get it back. Gabriel gets it onto Ramsdale, who boots it across. But the Milan players do have the ball, and Sané with Ramsdale makes a incredibly important save. That could have been 2-2 again. What a good save from Ramsdale there. 67 minutes in, and Saka is injured. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Exactly what we want. One of our star players to get injured with a lower leg injury. Great. We have a highlight for ourselves here. Gabriel, an incredibly long ball over to new right winger Zinchenko, who tries to get it onto Jesus, but it seems to be a bit of a heading match here. It eventually gets back to ground, and Milan are currently in possession. Can we do anything here? Zinchenko tracking the ball, but unable to get it. We do get the ball back. Tomiyasu gets dispossessed. And Tonali onto Sané, through to Giroud, onto whoever that is, and over the top. We're fine for now. Fine for now. 75 minutes in. Here we go. Samba de Congo with a yellow card. There really hasn't been much between the teams here. Scalvini, Tomiyasu, over to Zinchenko. Tries to put it into Martinelli. Can he get a hat-trick? No, he can't. And very, very quickly, they get the ball out here. They found a gap on the right-hand side of the pitch. Sané. Where are our defence? There is nobody tracking anyone. Diaz. Through to Jesus. Can he finally get that goal? No, he can't. This season, even though he's the second best scorer in the Premier League, this season he has been so on and off. Honestly, it's insane. But anyway, we'll put Smith Rowe on. Timber's been playing very, very well, but he's quite out of fitness. So we will give Partey a game. Why not? Speaking of Timber, there was just a highlight there of him, but it just disappeared for some reason. 89 minutes in. There is 5 minutes of extra time, and Tierney is injured. Thankfully, we still have had a sub to be able to use there. Come on. How much extra time, and that's it. That is it. 2-1 win. Really wasn't a good performance from either side, really, but we have won the Champions League. Oh my God. We won the Europa League last season. And this season, we win the FA Cup and the Champions League. Crazy. That is how it goes, though. Like, the first season, we can win the Premier League and then the Europa League. But the second season, we have a pretty terrible Premier League season. I mean, compared to the previous season, we ended up going 4th, only just. But we managed to win the FA Cup and the Champions League. It's insane. Jesus, pretty poor performance from him, but it doesn't matter because overall we won. We won 2-1 in the end. And there we go. We have done the quadruple. Yes, it does include the Super Cup and the Community Shield, but overall we won 4 trophies in this season. 4. Key player Martinelli with an 8.5 average rating. He has played so well. So well he has. In his 9 Champions League appearances, he got 4 goals. He got 17 goals in his 21 Premier League appearances. He has been very, very good. He is wanted by Dortmund and Bayern. So when we do our 5 years into the future, I don't know how long he's going to stay an Arsenal player. We've set his value at 182 million. So if they do sell him, they'll probably get a pretty decent amount of money for him. Tierney injured for 4 to 5 weeks. Saka injured for 7 to 8 months. Oh. Right, that is not going to be good for the 22-year-old's career. I mean, if we take him to a doctor, he'll be out for 6 to... There, can't speak. If we take him to a doctor, he'll be out for 6 to 7 months, but that is a big, big injury. He's going to be out for like over half of the next season. I think that's probably the best final episode we could possibly have asked for, to be honest. Winning both the FA Cup and the Champions League in the same episode. Insane. Absolutely insane. But the last thing to do is go there, click the resign button. There we go. Will it do it? It's lagging a bit. I think it's just a bit confused. There we go. Confirmation of your resignation. We'd like to acknowledge your high quality performance level while managing here and like to thank you for your service and wish you all the best in the future. They didn't even try and ask me to not resign. They do that sometimes. You hit the resign button and then they plead with you and you can ask them for more like transfer budget, but they didn't even do that. We won them so many. We won them the Premier League and like 6 trophies and they didn't even bother trying to keep me. Insane. But there we go. We have resigned. And it looks like who might take over? Diego Simone from Barcelona. And then also the Inter and Milan. Not Inter Milan, but Inter and Milan. Managers might also make it. That would be quite interesting if Milan end up taking over after they just lost to us in the Champions League final. But there you have it. That is the end of the Arsenal save. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that fantastic stuff. And I will see you next time, either with the 5 years in the future episode, which definitely will be coming out, or the start of our Journeyman. So it just depends on what episode I manage to get up first. But yeah, that will be the next time I see you.